The man, noticing the snake approaching, resolves to uproot the snake tree in a desperate attempt to escape. However, Snakey, advocating for reason, questions the man's intent to dig up the roots and cause such destruction. In a sudden turn of events, Snakey swallows both the man and the upper portion of the snake tree, initially unaware of the act. Moments later, discomfort arises within Snakey's stomach as the leaves from the tree are digested, leading to a sensation of impending explosion. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Snakey quickly regurgitates the man. He then begins chanting the heaven and earth incantation, attempting to summon the demon god cauldron to digest the man. However, when using its divine sense, Snakey discovers that the cauldron is already full, signaling that he has reached the peak of the third level of spiritual cultivation. Relieved to find that the leaves from the snake tree aren't poisonous, but simply too potent, Snakey contemplates whether the surge of berserk power he felt was caused by consuming too many leaves. Although the leaves were digested immediately, there was a noticeable delay in cultivating their energy. With this in mind, Snakey grabs the snake tree and begins to swim away, determined to escape before the fruits fall into the hands of the snake catchers. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to the old black snake, severed in two. One of the snake catchers sits atop its body, praising Senior Sister Song for defeating the creature in just 30 minutes. In response, Senior Sister Song, addressing him as Junior Brother Xiao, downplays her performance and suggests they move on to harvest the snake tree's fruits. To their surprise, they discover the tree has vanished. Suspicion fills the air as they exchange glances. Senior Sister Song quietly wonders if Junior Brother Xiao might be the thief. In response, Junior Brother Xiao sharply retorts that if she wanted the snake tree's fruit for herself, she could have simply asked instead of resorting to theft behind his back. As the tension builds, both Senior Sister Song and Junior Brother Xiao begin accusing each other of stealing the snake tree. Senior Sister Song sharply questions Junior Brother Xiao about his insinuations, demanding to know why he believes she's the culprit. Junior Brother Xiao, not backing down, claims she's the real thief and demands she reveal her accomplice. He promises not to inform the master once they return to the sect, as long as she confesses. Unmoved, Senior Sister Song denies having any accomplice, countering that if Junior Brother Xiao didn't take the tree, then someone else must have. Meanwhile, Snakey watches the unfolding drama from a distance, using his X-ray vision to observe. He finds the situation amusing, silently urging them to turn against one another. Suddenly, Junior Brother Xiao produces a jade teleportation token, declaring that since Senior Sister Song refuses to admit the truth, he will summon the sect master to settle the matter. Just as he is about to activate the token, a hand seizes his wrist, stopping him cold. "That's enough," a voice commands. Junior Brother Xiao looks up and recognizes the individual as eldest senior brother. The eldest senior brother calmly explains that the master had already been aware of their actions and had secretly dispatched him to monitor them. He had arrived moments earlier and witnessed their argument. Junior Brother Xiao quickly informs him that the snake tree has been stolen and questions if eldest senior brother had a hand in it. The eldest senior brother shakes his head, clarifying that he was not responsible, but he does remark that the thief was quite clever. The culprit used an ordinary person to dig up the tree, allowing them to evade detection through spiritual energy. With a stern expression, eldest senior brother places his hand on the ground, declaring he will track their footprints. However, it quickly becomes clear that the tracks have mysteriously vanished. Baffled, Junior Brother Xiao asks what they should do next, now that the snake tree thief has fled. Eldest senior brother, unfazed, responds with certainty. "As long as the man who took it remains alive, I will find him. He won't be able to hide for long." A faint trace of spiritual energy began to manifest, revealing the path the thief had taken. Eldest senior brother, having reached the 6th level of cultivation, knew he could easily apprehend the snake tree thief. Hearing this, Snakey was alarmed, realizing that eldest senior brother was far beyond his own abilities and could eliminate him at any moment. Panicked, Snakey decided to burrow underground, reasoning that by shutting off his divine consciousness, even a cultivator at the peak of true cultivation might struggle to find him. As he tunneled deeper, he suddenly sensed something strange. Turning to investigate, he realized that the snake fruit was ripening, its potent aroma spreading across the valley. Eldest senior brother, too, recognized the fragrance, instantly noting that it was coming from underground. Without hesitation, eldest senior brother used the earth travel technique, a well-known spell among mid-stage cultivators, part of the 5 elements technique, commonly called the earth escape spell. As he navigated below the surface, Snakey, in a desperate move, hastily devoured the snake fruit, chanting furiously to activate the demon god cauldron and urging it to refine the fruit quickly. Moments later, eldest senior brother arrived, impressed by the thief's speed and skill with earth travel. He remarked on the impressive technique, but confidently declared that it would all be in vain. The treasure left by his ancestors made it impossible for the thief to escape unless they were a Foundation establishment cultivator. With a grim determination, he vowed to hunt down every last one of them. Surging through the ground, his spiritual energy flared as he raged at the audacity of the thief who dared steal from the snake catchers. They will face dire consequences today, he declared. Snakey, now feeling the overwhelming pressure of eldest senior brother pursuing him underground, was gripped by fear. Desperately, he urged the demon god cauldron to stop its sluggish pace and refine the snake fruit faster. If it didn't, they would surely be caught. Sensing the urgency, the demon god cauldron finally accelerated the refinement process. As the refinement sped up, Snakey couldn't help but wonder if the demon god cauldron actually understood his words. Suddenly, golden spiritual energy surged through Snakey's entire being, causing his venomous fangs to elongate, his muscles to swell, and new golden scales to form. He marveled at the sensation, feeling as though a new, more powerful version of himself was about to emerge. Just as this transformation unfolded, eldest senior brother arrived and observed Snakey, now achieving the 4th level of spiritual cultivation. To his surprise, eldest senior brother realized that the target he had been chasing wasn't just an ordinary thief. It was a snake. What's more, Snakey had advanced to the middle stage of spiritual cultivation without engaging in direct combat, instead focusing on seizing the snake tree and fleeing. This indicated a level of intelligence far beyond that of typical demons at this stage. Eldest senior brother quickly concluded that killing Snakey would be a mistake. Instead, he decided that capturing the snake and bringing it back to the snake cultivation sect for study would be a major triumph. Meanwhile, Snakey reflected on his recent breakthrough to the 4th level of cultivation. His golden scales felt stronger and more agile, a clear indication of his newfound power. But his thoughts were interrupted as eldest senior brother lunged at him, wielding a whip formed from spiritual energy. Snakey's eyes widened as he observed the approaching weapon, wondering if this man possessed advanced spellcasting abilities. He quickly noted the presence of a treasure embedded within the weapon, a spiritual rope-like whip. Recognizing the danger, Snakey knew that being captured by this weapon would spell his doom. Determined to defend himself, he braced for the attack, hoping his newly strengthened golden scales could deflect it. However, to his horror, the spiritual rope slipped effortlessly past his defenses. The golden scales, though powerful, could not block or evade the whip strike. In that moment, Snakey realized with a sinking feeling that he could neither destroy nor escape this attack.